Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very, very, very good matchup, a historic matchup between JX and B Komachi. Obviously, these two teams have met in the playoffs before. They met in finals in season 12, and they are meeting once again in semifinals. The winner of this will go on to face Lover's Posture next Saturday. And I mean, this is just such a blockbuster match. I'm joined here by Scoped Yoshi, and I mean
Yeah,
this is just yeah, we're very happy.
absolutely. An absolutely massive match here, as you said, finals of the previous season here. I'm very excited to be casting this in semis. Really surprised to see both these teams in semis beaten by Lovers Posture during the regular season. But either way, don't get it twisted, folks. It's still going to be an absolute monster of a matchup here. And we shall go right ahead and present the first lineup here. I will go ahead and do the honors with JX if you don't
Yes,
mind,
take it
Henry.
right away. Go ahead.
All right, so for GX, we have the classic lineup that's been pretty much the standard for GX since Mike's departure a few seasons ago. We have Frozen, Jeff, Mura, Pix, and Kim/Scamp as the bagger here. So a team that pretty much you don't need to present anymore. These four players have played together for years at this point. Frozen, Jeff, and Mura especially have been the cornerstone of JX, all three excellent players in their own regard. Mura considered the best Daisy player in the game at the moment, though Rosen, which we'll talk about later, possibly in contention of that title. Pix played with 2S numerous rosters, quite a bit of experience as well. Jeff, an extremely fast online player and fourth best in-div player of this Division 1. And Frozen, obviously an excellent mid-pack player and a lot of game sense, even with his recent switch to Mario Kart World. I do expect to see a lot of great teams from this lineup as we go up against B Komachi. I'll let you go ahead and present them to us, Henry.
Yeah, well, I just quickly wanted to say about JX. I mean, these guys have just been at the top for so long. And I think that this next team as well, B Kamachi, I mean, even though they had a bit of a less impressive record than they had in previous seasons, these guys have also been at the top for so freaking long at this point. I mean, Fox and Barney have been in D1 since 2016, alongside Mura and Jeff. And then Frozen has been really good for a long time as well. Zach has been at the top echelon at the game for just many, many years now. But I think that the standout player here is definitely Rosen. I think that if he is able to score well, then that is going to be Kamachi's saving grace in this match, and that will be what maybe guides them to the win in the end. I think that he is probably going to be the wild card player for them running wise. And I think that bagging wise, the matchup between Krusty and Scamp is very interesting to me. I think that both of those baggers are some of the top that we have in the game right now. And I think that the upper hand is honestly with Krusty. I think that if Krusty is able to outbag Scamp, that is going to be the key to victory for B Kamachi against JX. I'm not saying that that'll happen necessarily. We'll get to predictions in a moment, of course. However, that could be what guides them to victory in the end. Against a very, very formidable team that has obviously won many D1 GSC championships, but these guys have won a lot of trophies of their own. So, an exciting matchup for sure. I'm very excited to cast this.
Yeah, even in this specific lineup with Fox and Barney, you have a lot of D1 titles. Obviously, Xai's uh, gigantic win streak in D1
Yeah,
has to be
no, they were
mentioned
so
here.
dominant. Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely agree here that Rosen can be the wild card here, the youngest player here, the one with the least amount of experience, but possibly the one with the most potential, as we've seen his meteoric rise throughout the past few years here, now at the top of Division
1000%.
1.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that the real how do you call it? The real like legs of this team, like the people that are the engine of Bikamachi are definitely going to be Fox and Barney. Those guys have so much chemistry. I mean, they're from the same country. They've played tens of thousands of races together. I have no doubt that if they are able to click during this match, it's going to be a lot of bad news for JX, who obviously have a lot of races of their own, but that chemistry is powerful. They've been playing together for a long time.
Absolutely, and we are off to the races already before we get the classic odds and evens picks in. Henry, what is your prediction for this match here? Granted, I do think even though we'll only be able to cast 2 matches tonight, we have a really big chance of going to a match 3 here.
I think that we will. I don't know whether or not it's going to be match 1 or match 2. I think that it'll depend on the flow of these first races, which is why I'm so excited to get into Sherbetland here. I mean, this is just such a chaotic racetrack with a different terrain, obstacles everywhere, difficult turns to navigate, especially in these high rooms where people backspam in very smart places. So I think that JX is probably going to win match 1, and then I'm going to say AI is going to reply back and win match 2.
We're gonna see here Barney already getting a nice bump onto Frozen here. AI now in 2-3-4 at the start of this match here
Good
with
box. Yes.
Zach staying in the back. Immediate
And we see a
spam.
mega spam from
Mega.
Frozen. Yeah. He's going to try to mega all of these AI players. Good play. However, ultimately, he's not able to get anyone, so he has to get a box in 5th here. A little bit risky. He's going to end up getting just a single red shell. Throws up at Rosen, and he's going to be sent to the back for a little while.
I will say that Mega also megaed one of the baggers as well, which is really important to point
Yes,
out.
that is good. Yeah.
If
Very
this
important
was
play.
Krusty, we're gonna have to see who is in 10th right now. Shock is extremely important on this track, and unfortunately the names didn't quite show up, so we're gonna have to wait
That
for a
is
little bit
so,
longer.
yeah. Ouch. Well,
Ooh,
maybe
nice
we'll be
back
able to
picks
tell up
there.
here. Yeah, great play. It's Krusty in 10th place. So this is looking decent for AI. They're 1-4. Um,
Oh, a little hit of the penguin there by Murra, so Barney now free into first place here with Frozen hot on his trail, trying to get the 2 boxes here, but
Frozen
actually
playing
getting outplayed
aggro.
by Frozen here.
Yeah,
Ooh, a little
super
bit
super
risky there.
aggro driving here. They know each other's items right now, so this is a very very
Oh, and
hectic
Nana,
matchup. Maybe he could try the
unfortunately,
snipe
not
right
been
here.
able.
Maybe.
Snipe
Goes
attempt, but
for
too
it.
far out.
No.
And he
Oh, and
hits
he
the
hits the
wall as
wall
well.
too.
But we see a lot of GX
Ooh,
and
very
odd balls
poor.
actually. 2-3 for GX
He
still.
gets the
They're
5th place
definitely not out
box.
of the
That's
race.
very important. Bomb, he could try to bomb Zach here. That's probably the most impactful thing that he can do. Oh, he
Oh, and
gets it on him. Yes, he makes him stop. Now it's a 1v2 in top 3.
both backers still going backwards, by the way. Shock has not yet been pulled, so this is
And there's a
extremely
blue
good for
shell.
GX.
The TC is passed to
And
Zach.
Scam,
Fox is in a
Scam
ground
dropped the
star.
star. Scam dropped the star, but it gets onto Fox instead, and now AI are in 2-3 after that unfortunate blunder there by Scamp. We're gonna have to see if we can see a late shock for AI potentially to catch back up, and we do see it. Rosen dodging in a bill. That's going to be 2-3-4 at the very least. And we see
Wow,
Zach
two, three,
dodging as
four,
well.
5? Oh my
2-3-4,
goodness.
2-3-4,
Wow, what a
5.
well-played race by B Komachi. That was absolutely brilliant by them. I really liked I think that it was Barney. He was in first place and he stopped for the blue. He was able to get some of the JX members in the blue, if I saw that correctly. Frozen was able to pass Zach the TC, but he caught up. Rosen dodged in Bill. Krusty was in 10th, was able to get the shock. I mean, just what a well-played race by B Komachi. And they get a decent 2-3-4-5-9 to start off this very exciting war.
I do believe it was Pix caught in the blue, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
massive play there by Barney to slow down with that blue getting a lot of JX members in the back there. But Scam, that drop star on a track like Sherbet Land with the constant icy terrain there, Fox just gained so much time that Jeff wasn't able to catch up. In the end, it was a lot closer than could have been, but Fox was able to hold on to that 5th place there at the end, and Rosen probably just holding that bill for a lot longer. We did not see him near the top at all, so it possibly just could have been held even from one of the first few boxes. I wouldn't be surprised to have
Ooh.
seen that.
PK Jungle
Parkway.
Parkway is a curious track pick from B Kamachi. We see that they're up by 13 right now. I would say that, yeah, that is a more conservative track pick. I feel like a lot of D1 teams are kind of straying away from picking um RWS for 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they're more opting to pick that in first place. And we see that B Kamachi is kind of following that philosophy. So it'll be interesting to look out for their track picks as we do see RDS though. So JX will get a chance to respond with their track pick right here. We'll see what they do at the beginning.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that meta around RWS develop as more and more scrims are
Oh,
played,
for
more and more
sure, yeah,
attempts are
yeah.
made in
No,
to
the skill
keep your
ceiling is
play.
definitely getting higher. So we see that
Absolutely.
Fox is going, and if he looks back, it's Mura, Barney, and I think I saw Jeff as well.
Jeff was close
So
by, yeah.
yeah, it looks like an even mix of AI members. They're in 1-3 right now, and I assume that some of them are in the bottom spots. We see Rosen and Mura are in 4-5 as well. One of the
Rosen
daisies
taking
taking
the
double. It's
cuts.
Rosen. Yep. So
Top two for now, back by Fox not connecting. We see Zach getting
almost
his
looking like
way up
top
in the third
3
place.
here. This is a decent start for AI. However, I would like it if one of them dropped, honestly. And I think that it's going to
Wait,
be
wait.
Zach up here.
Look at where Krusty is. Is he in 10th or in 9th right now? It's kind of tough to tell, but if he is in 9th right now, he's pretty much just going to be stuck in 9th the entire race as Camp is already
I
back
think,
to the
yeah,
top.
I think that he is in ninth place right now. That is so unfortunate for AI, especially considering that Frozen has a Mega. So this race has been kind of poorly played by AI. They're occupying a lot of the top spots. They're letting JX, get dodges, and now we'll see what he does with this Mega. He opts to use it, gets the blue
Scamp is
shell, and
already
this race could be
Scamp is already
turning
going forward.
head.
Scamp is
Oh,
already going
wow.
forward, with Frozen failing the
Yeah,
mega
that's a
double
pretty big
here.
misplay. They get the blue out, though.
It's on
So
a
this
boost
is
panel though.
fine.
It's on
Yeah.
a boost panel though, so Rosen is still in a pretty decent spot up there, as we can see on the mini map. There's still a lot of GX in the bottom spot so far, but with them
Kind
pretty
of
much,
two packs going on right now. This is a really interesting race. Yeah.
I do
We
think at
see
this point
Barney in
Barney
last,
probably just denying dodges at this point. You know the other bagger is in 10th place. You need to deny at the very least 1 star on such a track pick, and Frozen's gonna be
hitting.
forced
Yep.
to slow
Oh, he
down.
gets the box 8, and he hits the fib. The golden here is not necessarily what he wants, but he'll accept it for sure. Gonna start goldening here to take the double. Definitely. All three JX members are taking double. Rosen is going around.
Really
Pix
late
ends up
shock
going
is
around
expected
too.
here. There's the late
Yeah.
shock.
And it's from Krusty. Hmm.
That would explain why Frozen was shocked in the middle of the cut
Oh,
here.
and the
Frozen's
blue
gonna be able to
for
stay.
hmm.
Murray out on landing. Rosen hits Frozen out as well with
Wow.
that
Yeah.
shell, and Barney makes his way up there. So that is going to be, it seems. Oh,
That's a
Rosen
good
got
point.
hit at the
Yeah.
end.
Okay. Well, I think that they ended up getting, if I'm not mistaken, something like 2-3-6-7 or top 2-6-7.
Something
I
along those
said
lines.
earlier in the race that I was worried that they may be occupying too many top spots. However, it looks like a blue shell came out during lap 2. From what I can remember, that was on Frozen's POV,
Yep.
and we'll see in a moment here whether or not they were able to keep those top
Top two.
positions. Yes. Wow. So that is a well played race by Zach and Fox, defending the fort up there on a very difficult track. Just absolutely well played by them. And it leads to a winning race for AI, even though Rosen and Barney did not get good position. So, and a good shock by Krusty there to extend the lead for B Komachi.
Yeah, a little bit of a last second hit there by Rosen, just dropping him from 5th to 7th place. Thankfully, one of the two people that passed him ended up being his teammate. But yeah, congratulations, honestly, to Zach and Fox for keeping it up there. Probably some good double backs being thrown out in
Yeah,
those
very
top
well
spots
done.
there.
Yeah.
I do expect to see from AI maybe something like Dry Ruins trying to no BCW instead. Okay, we're confident that maybe our Daisy can take the cut here, but you got to remember, Mura is possibly the most consistent cut taker in this entire game right now. So picking Bowser's Castle against JX, it's a show of confidence, but you need to be able to back it up and block the cut as hard as you can possibly can.
Yeah, and we're gonna see the track picked right here. Quite frankly, I don't hate it. I think that it is good from AI. I would like to see their POV of this race, honestly. Maybe we can cut to how JX responds during like lap 2 or something like that. However, we're gonna see their back spam right here. Uh a banana, he's opting to hold it. JX is still 2-3-4.
Jeff making his
Hmm.
way in first, actually
Oh,
managing
yeah,
to out.
Zach is 2.
Oh, the
Green
green
bouncing
barely
everywhere.
didn't hit, but Frozen and
Wow.
Jeff now in top 2, and now this is
Hicks
looking
is top 3. Oh, okay. Oh, this might
that's
have been a blunder for AI. We see
top
both
3
of the
and
daisies are actually in bottom 2. One of the daisies is pushed off. One of the daisies is gone in last. And the
oh,
cut is being
unblocked.
unblocked, which leads me to believe that it is Rosen in dead last, perhaps, potentially.
Oh, double back of
Oh,
Barney and Fox as well. This is
oh, they're
extremely
bottom
bad for AI.
4. Or no, 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 no. Mura is in last. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay, so
no, no, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So
It's
Rosen is
most
in
likely
first
then.
place, and yeah, they're 5, 6, 7. All right.
Yeah, let's switch over to Frozen. Yeah, at this point,
Mm-hmm.
Rosen needs to
And
do
they're in a good
so
seat,
much.
honestly. Yeah, they can 3v1 Rosen for sure.
It's gonna come down to possibly around the cut. They need to take him out. Oh, great back by Rosen. They need to take him out before the cut because if Rosen is just allowed to take the cut, and it seems like they are, Rosen is now in second place, but Blue is
The blue
immediately thrown,
shell.
and Frozen is off.
Yeah, and you know what? It definitely makes sense why Fox unblocked it in fifth place because Rosen, they were opting for him to maybe take it on this lap. So Fox gonna try it himself, fails
Ooh,
it, and he's off. Oh
I
my
think
goodness,
our
yeah,
POVs are
our
gone in
POVs are
top
gonna
three.
be in bottom two for the rest of the race. Oh
We
my
do
goodness.
see we do see Rosen in first and Mura in second from the looks of it at the very least, and Frozen
Right,
has caught
Frozen
up
at least caught up
to
to
the pack.
Jeff and Zach. Yep, and
Zach
Pix.
got
All right,
the
so
seat, it seems. Triple reds, and one of them is going to connect. So Zach back in sixth place for now. We see a lot of GX
and I
in the
want to point
back.
out this is a winning race if their Daisy is in first, and a losing race if their Daisy is in second place. I mean,
Yeah,
those guys are gone in top two. We can't really see where they are. However, the positioning of them is so important.
oh,
Okay,
some
so
good
I
back
think,
there. M-
ooh,
There's the shot,
shot
and
coming. I
Mura
think it's yeah,
Mura dodged. Mura
Murrah
respawn
dodged,
dodged.
but he's in fourth. Frozen has to go for glitch, honestly. Murrah goes for himself. Frozen fails it. Murrah makes it, and Fox
And
is off. But
Fox doesn't make it.
I think it's Murrah in first place though.
Yeah, it is. They TS'd Rosen on the cut there and allowed Mura to respawn dodge, so he gets up into first place after the fact. That is a great shot by JX
Yeah,
there, allowing them to get
incredible.
into a winning position there off of that TS. That
Hmm. Hmm.
is an amazing play by them, and it shows the fact that they just understood how strong the Daisy players are on the track, and they maximized their chances to get Mura into a top spot. The
They
respawn dodging,
sent a message.
I
They
don't believe I've
definitely
ever
sent a
seen that.
message that race. Yeah. No, I think that going into this matchup, there was a lot of talk between Murrah and Rosen as Daisy players. And BCWE is their battleground. It is their race to show who is the better player. This is the most optimized track in the game for that character. So Murrah showed that he has the experience, and you can't make it so that he doesn't take glitch at the end of the day. You have to block it, otherwise he's going to take it on lap 3 and he's going to get first. So beautifully played by JX, and they respond on what was B Komachi's track pick.
Yeah, you have to wonder if Rosen either just didn't have the necessary means to block the cut, possibly just a green, or if he maybe didn't feel confident enough to take the cut while also blocking it for Mura. Then again, you have to remember that Mura is one of those players, if we've ever watched this POV, he has different lines to take the cut as well, just in case it is blocked. So there's a chance
Yes,
that it was blocked
yes,
and he still was able to take it regardless. So unfortunately, we didn't have his
very
POV, but
true. Mira is
absolutely.
an extremely crafty player, and I think that he is one of the craftiest daisies to ever play this game. He's just been playing it for so long, and it's no surprise that he was able to take glitch there and just dominate that race.
Absolutely, and Warriors Goldmine is going to be the pick there for JX.
Interesting here, yeah.
Interesting for Daisy in first, because there is a chance that Mura just gets bumped, but I guess you could say the exact same thing for Rosen. Ooh, a little bit of an unfortunate bump there from Zach onto Frozen there, picked, making his way up there as well. Everyone
Yep.
shrooming up, no
The
build
mid
in
spot's
place, and
occupied by B Komachi, yeah. We see a lot of shrooming from Frozen and some people in the mid pack.
Rosen is
It looks
off.
like one of the daisies is off, yeah. It looks like Rosen is off. So JX is 2-3-4, and it is a split pack right now. They are top 3. Oh my goodness.
And Zach is
They
head
are
out as
hitting
well.
everybody.
That's
Oh,
top
what
four.
an extremely beautifully played section by JX. Now it is up to Fox with his triple greens. Can he hit out Frozen? Because if he can't, then it's kind of game over for them.
Oh, it doesn't seem like it. Red is going to be thrown out. It is not going to connect, but Blooper
Blooper
is
is
definitely
so
not the same.
bad. Oh my goodness.
And top three is breaking right now. Without a shock right now,
Yeah,
there's a
Pix
chance
has
that GX
triple
could be
reds as
RT'd.
well. This is incredibly bad for AI. He gets
Great back on the
backlighted
clock.
too. Mm.
This is a disaster race for AI right now after what was a
Hence the
decent enough
blooper.
start.
We
And
see
Frozen
Frozen
holding
holding the
blue.
blue shell as
Oh
well.
no.
It took
Without
a
shock
miracle for
though.
AI to come back this race, and the miracle is honestly Krusty.
Yeah, you
Um,
need, like, the most cracked shock ever to try and catch back up at this point. Zach and Fox trying to make their way up. There's the shock,
that is
but is it
interesting.
frozen?
That
Is it
looks like an AI
it is AI
shock, if
shock.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
It
So
should
that's gonna
be.
dodge Rosen, and he has triple greens now to maybe try and hit Hicks.
Green
Green
is thrown
attempt
up.
number one fails. Green number two.
Rosen made his way up into second place right behind Mura at this point, so it's
Triple
up to Fox
reds.
to try and hit them out.
Very
Triple reds might be
impactful
just what he
item.
needs.
Rosen could try to back them. Oh, he opts to go this path. Hmm.
And no item either.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks a little yeah, this is pretty conservative. And oh,
oh,
Pix
Pick
is
Pick
off.
died.
Oh my goodness.
That's bottom 2 for JX.
Okay, yeah. So that was very well played by Fox, I think, to kind of take his time in the back there. And, you know, the ending was going to be very laggy and very hectic. So I think that he had the foresight kind of to anticipate that. And, Pix ended up paying the price. He got pushed off, and that resulted in a JX bottom two and a decent race for AI, which, when you're up by 17 is really all that you can ask for.
Absolutely, and I will say even with that 2, 4, 5, 6, even with Frozen only getting 7,
Goodness, Murrah.
yeah.
Sheesh.
I mean, he was the MVP last season, and he's absolutely showing why right now. Absolutely monster start for him. But I do want to mention
Yeah.
Frozen doing absolutely God's flag work at lap 1 here, getting
Oh,
Rosen off
yeah. Yeah.
and hitting out so many players, just getting that top 3 from JX start and just keeping it rolling for most of the race here before that early shock there. Not a shock you expect to see all too often on this specific part of the track, but it allowed Rosen to dodge up early on, get that second place, get the rest of AI into that first set here, and manage a pretty
Yes.
decent race out of all of it.
I mean, seriously, players like Frozen and Pix know how to use their items so well and just split the pack and, make it about being in top three, occupying those top spots for such a long time, just incredibly well-timed backs. And these are the kind of players who they will score 14 and 13 points, right? You'll see that on the left-hand side here. However, they were extremely impactful. They allowed Jeff and Murrah to have the GPs that they had, and JX is still well within it, even though they had pretty poor scoring GPs.
Oh, absolutely. This is what I like to call the Ryan British effect, where you see the individual scores and they don't seem all too great, but the actual impact within the actual match, when you look deeper into it, absolutely makes up for that loss in points. Even though they're down 16, they're absolutely not done yet. And BC3 is going to be one hell of a chaotic race here, as
Yes, we're gonna see a lot of pack splitting here.
all these players are consistent on the Ultra, on the Shroomless, on pretty much any variation of the cut here. So any amount of blocking there, any amount of schlagging on these cuts is going to be absolutely massive for either team.
Yes. And this race is just going to result in who gets the better items, and not only who gets the better items, but also who is smarter with their items, right? So we see TC for looks like AI, and Zach UK is going to be in the back spots here. However, Fox has a shroom, and Zach could also pull a shroom. It looks like we're going to see a unblocked
Cut
cut.
cut is blocked. Rosen does make it as well, and we see a lot of AI members up there now with Mura
Also made it
in 5th
too.
place.
Jeff
Jeff,
made it as well. So it's Zach in eighth place, Fox in seventh, and Murrah and
let's,
Jeff
let's switch
occupying
over
5-6.
Let's switch over POVs really quickly to Frozen, who's actually in first place. Wow, I expected him closer to the mid pack, but he was the GX player ahead of Rosen there at the
Yeah,
start, but
this
no
makes
more
sense.
rooms.
Yeah. So we're gonna see AI in 2-3. Looks like
Thorny
he's
hits
able to
Nana.
back one of them. Yeah. So now it is up to him to get out Rosen and maybe block cut. No, he's gonna
I
go
can't,
for Shroomless.
can't really do that with a
Ooh,
green there. Rosen going for the
very
Ultra
good.
and
Yeah.
makes it as well. Pow on landing. The green does not connect, but it
Oh, the
connects
green
off his
hits his
teammate.
teammate. Ouch. That is unfortunate. However, it's going to provide him with a very good break in first place, even though he did hit his teammate.
I'm pretty sure at this point the play is simply for Rosen to go for the cut variation that Frozen doesn't go for, and
Oh my
now
goodness. Look at the schlag work. Oh, the
so
mega.
force the Mega out at least, and that is a blue, but it hits Rosen. Great,
Whoa!
great slowdown there by
Oh my
Frozen. Dodge up the
goodness.
bomb as well, Frozen
Yeah.
absolutely massive in his item play since the start of this match here, and showing that
Too
he can
many
still
things are
run.
happening on his screen right now. I mean, this is just absolutely crazy. He is still in first place despite the blue shell, despite the bomb snipe attempt. He's going to block the cut here. I mean, just brilliantly played by Frozen, honestly.
Yeah,
We see a
he is
pout in the
checking
boxes.
the POW and
The
whichever
ultra
days
hit fails. I think that it was
it was
Rosen.
Rosen.
So
It was Rosen.
they are bottom two right now.
So switch over POV to
Murrah is
Fox.
in third, and it's just Zach.
Zach, who ends up not making it past Frozen here, and Fox now in the mid
Yep.
pack with that golden gun, trying to get it back up, but the blue
Oh,
connects onto Zach, and
wait.
it's
He got him out again. They're getting top three. Oh my goodness.
that
Wow. Top
is
3-5 for JX. Oh my goodness. This match has been turned upside down. They are up after 6 races. What a brilliantly played race by them.
I will say, I believe that Zach actually did end up hitting Frozen, and the blue was simply thrown onto Zach on purpose this time instead of what happened lap 2. But that is still
Yeah.
an absolutely
Mhm.
massive play there. Frozen outplaying Rosen on lap 2 and being able to thankfully hold on to that first place. But yeah, top 3-5, just
Goodness. Yeah.
AI not being able to take the cuts the way they wanted to. Rosen failing that ultra lap 3 after doing such a good job at laps 1 and 2 to try and hold on. And now, as you mentioned, the match is flipped on its head. JX are ahead for the first time on this match as we're
And
approaching.
that is the thing. That is the thing about JX. I believe that they are the most resilient team in D1. When they are losing, they can find ways to claw back, to get top 3-5, to get top 4, to get top 2-4-5, and just say, "Hey, we are still in this match," and honestly, it's kind of like a slap in the face, or just like a splash of cold water onto the enemy team, and just a big answer, especially in race 5, where now they can maybe snowball from this if they're able to get their track pick. I mean, this is just huge.
Yeah, the big red button of RDS there is hit by AI, and thankfully is going to be picked out. No Toad Factory for JX to try and
Yeah,
snowball
Peach
onto that
Garden,
lead.
very good track pick for B Komachi. And suddenly everything changes once again as we'll try to see JX respond to this very bottom heavy track.
Gonna have to see Fox slowing down a little bit after that draft. Fifth place
Good,
here could be a
good
pretty decent
draft.
spot. Ooh,
Good
Frozen gets
reds
out,
too. And
and Jeff.
Zach is in first place. They are top 3. They're top 4 in 15 seconds. Wow.
And I'm
That is
pretty sure that
absolutely remarkable.
yeah, absolutely, and I'm pretty sure at the very least one of the two, if not both of the AI members in top two, have more shrooms to take more of those cuts. They are
Back red,
connecting
he hits
onto Frozen.
Jeff. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Jeff, not Frozen, you're correct here. And yeah, Frozen gonna need to in that shroom, gonna try and get anything better than that to catch up to the rest of the pack. Another shroom for the cut. Green goes a little bit too tight there. Frozen it's hit out by Fox. Great flag
Oh
work
wow.
by
Great schlag work. And this shroom is not going to do much because as you mentioned before, it looks like Rosen has a mushroom and he's going to pass Fox, but they're still top 2. We're going to see some JX members taking the cut behind them.
Oop,
That
a
fib
fib.
is so huge. Him hitting that, oh my goodness, that changes the entire race.
Yeah, fib on the landing there, pretty much
For
blind.
Rosen, yeah. He couldn't see it.
Deep out into Frozen at the very least. Jeff should be able to survive that. Never mind.
No,
Being
no, he fails, yeah. Wow.
either a rogue Nana from Zack or simply a little bit of driving fail. Frozen burning that room there, trying to catch up to Zack as
I
soon as
like that
possible.
shroom, yeah. He's trying to get to Zach. He knows that if he's able to get close to Zach, he can win that close-up one-on-one interaction because he's just so good at those. And yeah, the bagger was in it way a little bit, and now we are on. Zach is right next to Frozen. Ooh, the
Shot
shock
comes
comes
out.
out. We're seeing a lot of dodgers. Looks like Rosen and Barney. That was an AI shock.
Massive
They're now
shock by
top
AI
3.
there. That should be a pretty much a guaranteed top 2 at the very least. I do not believe Zack is going to be
Yeah,
hold
unless they
on.
see a blue shell. Oh, he makes him slow down for the box, but it's a mega. He gets triple reds. Oh, he has to use this here. The blooper is so bad. If
That could
Zach is able to
still
hold on, Zach held on. He is going to be in 4th with Trip Reds. He has the shrooms. This is a very close battle here. Trip Reds behind him.
going to
Maybe
trim up
he's
at the end,
just...
trying maybe to pass him, but he does get out again.
Oh!
That is
Zach
massive.
hits him at the end and they get top 3. Oh
Top
my
3.
goodness. What a
And
crazy play by Zach.
And there's the immediate answer back from AI there after that beautiful proc, expected really at the start of lap 3, the two people dodging there. Zach doing beautiful work dodging that Mega and immediately hitting out Frozen after trying to weave around him with those shrooms. That Fox being pretty much stuck in the back, possibly just without a dodge at the start of lap 3 and being forced to stay in the back here. But what a beautiful response from AI
Yeah,
there
what a
after
great battle
the
between Zach and Frozen that we were able to see on his perspective. And ultimately, Zach was the victor of that. Just so well executed at the end. He had one red shell revolving around him, and then he immediately threw it away and trailed his red, and he was able to hit Frozen and send him all the way down to 7th place. So, wow. Now we're going to see, yeah, AI up by 8 points. What a great response by Zach UK and by the whole team at large.
Yeah, Zach definitely really important for this map overall. Just being able to hold on to first place after the little mishap by the fib from Rosen there, being able to hold back Frozen for as long as he did, and obviously with the last play at the end,
I
of
just
course.
want to check in really quickly. Obviously, we see in divs wise, we're seeing Murrah with 67 points. I mean, that is just crazy. He's on pace for over 130 in a D1 semifinals match. Meanwhile, we're seeing Zach UK and Rosen occupying those top spots. Barney and Fox doing sort of the schlag work that Frozen and Pix are doing. So that's kind of those guys where they're at in the bottom spots for their respective teams. AI up by 8. We see RBC here, and yeah, no, just what an exciting match and what a great start so far. It is impossible to predict who's going to win this.
Absolutely, it's so much back and forth at this point. Second place burning out. I do believe that was Barney that burned out early on. Zach thankfully making his way up into second place. Triple greens there, immediately hitting out Fox,
Great
rated by
back
Frozen.
green. Yeah,
Surrounded
great
by
back
teammates,
green by
unfortunately.
Frozen.
With the timing there, it doesn't connect onto Barney. That was extremely close,
That
though.
was so close. Yeah, well played.
Zach and Rosen should be able to stay up into top 2 here. Murrah does get back,
Oh,
but
both of them are
Zach.
hit. Wow, that is so big. If we could switch over to Fox's POV for a second, since I think that this is going to be a little bit of a frontal presence from Frozen. We see a huge bomb. The mid pack is being shaken up right now as we see AI in 1-3, 1-3-4.
Double
Blue coming
dodges
out
as being.
immediately in 48 seconds into the race. Wow.
Yeah, Rosen going to be hit onto that rail there. Does throw the fib ahead, so at
He
the very least,
blocked it. Well
Rosen.
played. Yeah.
Yeah, does block out Frozen at the very least. Fox most likely going to
He's going to
choose
opt
to
to
hold
take.
that room
Yeah.
until, yeah, just going to take the
Change
set,
it.
trying to hit
Yeah.
out Frozen. I wonder where he's
Keeping
going to
a
throw the.
respectable distance away from Frozen. I like this.
Ooh, good
Trying
attempt
the
there.
green shell.
Oh, and hits himself in the
Oh,
end.
ouch. That is really, really bad. At least we'll get a good POV of the mid pack here as he's able to get a box in 7th place. AI in bottom 2.
Pix being forced in
Ooh,
Mega
that's
with
Mega.
that fib there. Does change the sticks at the very least, and that's another golden
Golden
from
is
Fox.
so huge.
Careful not to bump
And he is going to
Frozen
run
there,
like
but
hell all the way into 2nd place. And our POVs are in top 2, and they're back after lap 2 early on where, Fox got hit. He's going to try this red shell. Maybe it will connect depending on what item Frozen has. Does
no,
not look like it.
most likely blocking it.
Yeah.
Murrah does make his way up into 3rd place. A little bit of mid-pack shakeup as well. We see a lot of people getting
Mhm.
hit
Oh,
on
the
the mid
Daisy,
path.
yeah. There's space between 3rd and 4th now, and there's just space between all of the runners. Oh my goodness. So, AI are in 2-3. Pretty sure that's Murrah in 4th, Rosen in 5th, and then that would leave Pix, yeah, in 6th place back there. So, yeah, the mid pack has definitely been shaken up here. And the whole race, I mean, this looks like a freaking worldwide right now.
Oh, Zach with the bill and Frozen getting blued here as well. So
Speaking of worldwides, oh my goodness.
it's going to be top 2.
Top 2 for AI is so huge. That is Murrah. That's Murrah in 4th place. He does have a TC though, and it looks like, oh
Frozen
my
gets
gosh,
up.
Frozen hit the geyser. Frozen hit the geyser off. Oh
Shouldn't
wow, so they're just getting top 2 gone. Maybe at the
shock.
end, yeah,
Rosen
Rosen
dodge.
dodges.
That should be possibly 5th there from Rosen if he makes his way up
Rosen,
there,
yeah, I
possibly
think he's getting
pumping
5th.
picks on the rail. He is going to make it
No,
up.
I think it's 6th. I think it's 6th from him. So top 2, 6, 7 for AI, which honestly, not a bad race. You want more. Especially considering that you're only up by a meager 8 points. However, it's fine. It's all right. You get up into double digits now, and just well played by AI. Well played by the baggers so far. I want to point out no pens so far in this match. Just really cleanly played by both teams. I mean, these guys are just going at it. Just such brilliant gameplay.
Yeah, considering the sheer amount of pens that Krusty got a few seasons ago,
Yeah.
it's really nice to see some rather
Yeah,
clean
got a
fragging
clean
going on.
sheet. Yeah, good for him. And I said at the beginning of the match that, he would be sort of that X factor, and we saw at the end there, obviously, uh,
Oh, and right as
there
you
was a
said
blue
that,
shell.
right as you
Oh,
said that
what was that?
there's an RDS pen. There's a 5
Oh,
onto
okay.
Krusty from RPG. Sorry, right as we talked about it, there is a 5
Yeah.
Krusty. So
Well,
that is
that's the caster's curse, of course. Yeah. No,
only
that would
up
only
10,
happen to us. Yeah.
only up 10 for AI.
Let me just take a quick look at this. Yeah, so yeah, on Peach Gardens, just a really bump into the wall on the Mura. Yeah, that's -5 right there, of course.
And Maple Freeway is going to be a pick for AI after that in top 2, 6, 7. Interesting.
Otherwise, though, yeah, very well played match by Krusty and Scamp, and whoever gets shock on this race, I mean, this might be the most shock-heavy race that they have played so far. There's a huge cannon. There's multiple spots to break away. Not really many opportunities to like golden up or anything like that, other than at the start here and kind of at the end. But when there's a lot of boost panels, it's kind of hard. So this mega could be impactful. Doesn't look like he's getting any AI members.
But Zach does get hit out in front of us as well, so it looks like a lot of JX up there, with Rosen being the only one up there trying to contest these JX members. We do see Fox in fourth there, Jeff and Mura in 2-3, and Rosen once again in first. It seems like we say that a lot this match, but that kid is just
Yeah, no, he
always
is occupying that spot a crap ton during this match. Fox getting no box here is really, really big. Mura and Jeff have boxes. Kind of throws the green at his teammate. That looks like a little bit of a misplay there. Maybe trying to hit Rosen, but one cut taker, it looks like Zach, so they are 1-4-5, winning positions right now, occupied.
When Mura hits the fib as well on Jack,
Oh,
how right after
crazy
all the
interaction right there. Oh my goodness.
Rosen does get slowed down in range of Jeff's strikes right now, as both our POVs unfortunately kind of stuck in the back for now. But hopefully we're going to be able to get some.
What item does Frozen have? I'm a bit curious to switch over to his POV. Oh, he's holding a star. Okay, so that is really, really big. And the shock situation right
both
now,
baggers
yeah,
still sitting at the set. So
it looks like they're sitting at the set, so it's a little bit difficult to tell from our
oh, blue
perspective.
onto
A
Rosen,
huge blue.
onto
Yeah, it looks
Rosen
like
and Jeff as well.
they're still top two, but Star in fourth here is insane. I mean, if they get shock, he just wins the race.
One of the baggers
He's
moves
in a
forward.
Star.
One of the baggers moves forward. Not exactly sure who should have shock at the moment. No shock in
I
cannon
think
just
that
yet.
maybe that was a preventative measure, but Fox still has a mega, so we'll have to see right here. Barney's a
And
star,
there's the
and
shock.
yes, it looks like I think it is a AI shock. Wow, so
Yep.
they're going to be in top two now, and does not get the ground star. Has to go in a weird line around the Wiggler. Murrah is coming up in Bill. We see
Rosen and a
Rosen
star
in
right
the
behind him
star.
as well.
It's all up to whatever item he gets. Frozen gets triple shrooms.
Ooh, careful not to bump out Mura there, would be quite unfortunate, but it's not going to be enough to catch up to Fox just yet. Should be a pretty much guaranteed top two
Top
for
two,
AI.
yeah.
Ooh, the double
Oh,
maybe?
bomb! Oh, wow!
Second!
That is crazy! Wow, he was able to sneak into second past the bomb. He went wide of it, and he was just like a needle. Wow, that was incredible.
Yeah,
He
Frozen's
goes very wide at the end to get second. Yeah, that was great improvisation skills.
Yeah, that is possibly one of the strongest skills that Frozen has in general. Is just the sheer amount of game sense and improv that this guy can just put out at in situations like this. And here's a perfect example of that, really, as Fox is forced
They
all the way
still
down
get
to
one
fourth.
through four.
Yeah, Rosen
I
just
want
shrimming
to,
up at the
yeah.
end.
I do want to say that, Rosen, he did shroom up, and Fox ended up not losing that many positions, but the bomb wasn't able to hit, so Frozen, a good race by him, but JX is going to need a lot more than flashy plays like that in order to win this match.
Krusty has gotten so many shocks. It feels like every single race is a Krusty shock
Yes,
almost.
he is the X factor. I agree 100%. And like I said, I think that going ahead into this match, Krusty was the better bagger. And I think that AI right now are showing that. And, I predicted that JX would win this first match. Obviously, it's not over. They're only down 21 points. And as I was saying before, this team has been known to come back in situations like these. However, if AI are able to hold on to this lead, it's going to be because of the shocks that Krusty is pulling. That is kind of what is running this team right now, what is keeping them up in getting these, good races at the end of races and having some solid beginnings as well.
Absolutely. There's still some strong frontal presence from AI. We've seen a lot of Rosen and Zach in those top spots there, so definitely not taking credit away from them in that regard. But yeah, those Krusty shocks, especially the efficiency that they've been used with, there's not a single shock that they've used that hasn't had a significant amount of impact on any given race. It's
For sure, yeah.
it's nice
And
to
we've
have
seen
a
when
couple Krusty
JX gets
shocks.
shocked, they use insane shocks. Just like, both of these teams just have such high in-game IQs that, frankly, watching this match is once in a lifetime sort of thing. You got to kind of take it in.
Fox dodging that. Ooh,
Oh
immediate bump
wow,
by Zach there. The little bit
very
of
very bad bump right there onto Frozen. That is going to have Jeff in first place, Pix in third. Looks like an even bagging battle, but Krusty is winning it by just a little bit.
double back by Jeff. He's protectionless right now. Wonder if that red is going to connect. Shouldn't be on a track like Moonview Highway. Definitely having the confidence to just double back, try and head out Fox as much as possible, especially given the fact that it's 2-3-4 right now for AI with triple trims. Frozen should be able to at the very least get back up there. Red is thrown out towards Jeff here. Krusty
Oh,
loses Bill
blooper
most
here
likely.
is so bad. Oh my goodness.
A lot of
Triple
bloopers on the
greens
side of
though.
Frozen.
Yeah, I
Bomb does
mean,
not
they're
connect.
kind of breaking away in 1-3. I mean, this is a good position for them to be in. I think that the daisy behind him, I'm not really sure who it is. Uh, hmm.
Not
Depending on who
exactly
the
sure
daisy
either, but
is.
got hit out
Yeah.
anyways, so both are
Yeah, so
POV
both of them are kind of in
3.
6-8 right now. So it looks like Pix is in fourth. So 1-3-4, either 6 or 8 right now, which is very good spots for JX. We see that attempt not really working out for Frozen. The
Bib up,
fib,
not connecting.
oh, so close.
It seems like Fox has so much work to do here as the only one in the top
One
spot.
shroom backs the green, doesn't hit him. Both of them have red shells right now. Hmm.
Gonna be forced wide here with those fibs that
Does not win
dodging
that interaction.
dodging the traffic, dodging the items as well. Fox should remain in second place there if there is no sudden back spam, but if Rosen can pull a shroom here, then
Maybe?
maybe. No,
No, yeah,
Fox
he's
pulls
going
a
to
shroom,
remain in
stays in
second. Well
second.
played by him, yes. And they are going to get, I think, second, fifth. Wow, 1-3-4 for JX. Okay, that is a big race for them.
And
And
entirely
I think,
shockless.
yeah, Shockless is huge as well. And I think it's 1-3-4-8 for JX. So, wow, 1-3-4-8 there is a really good response, a great start to the GP. They're going to be down only by single digits now. And I think that they were able to hold down the top spots from the start during that race very, very well. And now AI, they weren't able to get the shock that race. As you said, it was shockless. So this is getting interesting now, folks. We see that only down by 12 now. So these last three races are going to be down to the wire between these two Titan teams.
Absolutely. Jeff just doing a great job just backing in pretty much every single strategic spot needed to keep Fox at bay the entire time.
I
No
want
blues,
to point
no
out,
shocks definitely helping out, but yeah, Jeff just playing
yes,
that race beautifully overall.
I would like to point out just one thing. Frozen has really improved his situation on the scoreboard over the last five races. He had 14 points during GP1, and he MVP'd the last GP, and now he got a really good race just then, right? So I think that him kind of getting those points is what's keeping JX in this matchup because you don't want to be falling behind
Oh, there's
on the scoreboard forever. You know? Oh, there was a DC. Okay. All
absolutely,
right.
yeah, gonna be a
Yeah.
quick little reset there. But yeah,
Good intermission. Yeah. What a
as you
great match
mentioned,
so far, man.
oh, it seems that we may have some more pens, unfortunately,
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's take a look at these.
East
Yeah.
for Krusty. So there is a
Oh,
chance that
all right.
right as we said that Krusty was having a really clean match,
Oh, I'm
we
so
may have
sorry, man.
a little bit of caster curse there. We're gonna
Oh,
see, keep you guys updated on
oh
the
my
pen
goodness, and
situation.
it's the picks perspective as well. Oh man, straight out of 2008. Wow.
And there's another one as well by Murrah just bumping, him getting bumped into the wall as well. So we could potentially look
So
at something like a
25
25
in
pen.
pens potentially. Oh my goodness.
We'll quickly send the clips in the chat for those that are either too lazy or do not have quick
And I feel
access.
like everybody has to see this picks GIF. I mean, this is going to be sent in Mogi chats for all of 2026. I'm immediately favoriting this.
Okay. Just an
This
immediate
GIF is
favorite.
hilarious.
Okay, so it seems that the
Okay,
referees
10.
are
Yeah,
agreeing
10.
to a 10
Yeah.
and 5, but that's still
Which that
15.
makes
That puts
sense.
them
Yeah.
down. That puts them
Yeah.
down in the match there, so they're going to be down 3 going
Mhm.
into the last 3 races there. Definitely a bit of a momentum
And these
shift.
are adding up. Krusty's penalties so far have added up to where it is basically 1 minus 20. It is the equivalent to 1 star, right? So if during these last 3 races, he has trolled now 3 times in 9 races, if he trolls during these final 3 races, that could be the difference between winning or losing one of the most important matches both of these teams have played in quite a long time. I mean, whoever wins this first match is going to have momentum going into the second match. And obviously, this is the semifinal. But I want to say that both of these teams have experience and both of these teams have beaten some very solid teams before. So either of these teams could easily win against Lover's Posture. It is very, very plausible. And I mean, these pens racking up is just not good news for Komachi.
Yeah, we were aware of Krusty's rather uh reckless bagging style, but we are seeing it in full action here. But yeah, absolutely. This can be the sort of thing that can just turn a match around altogether. I'm sure a lot of you remember the classic Helia double pen on RWS here that completely turned KG's season around. I do believe it was 3 seasons ago. Obviously, we're not at that point just yet, but those pens can absolutely rack up and do a bit of work on your team's mental as well if you're not careful. So hopefully AI are going to be able to just catch back up rather swiftly to avoid those pens doing a bit too much, having a bit too much impact on the map as a whole. Thankfully, we should be able to get back up into the match soon. At the very least, we have a little bit of a mental reset for those last 3 races there. But yeah, I do want to mention just how big of an impact Fox has had in that Moonju
Mhm,
Highway race
mhm.
on the
Yes.
score overall as well. Just holding on to that second place has done a ton of work. If he possibly got hit out by Jeff or Frozen just once, it could have been absolutely disaster for them, for their momentum, their possible top 3 by GX as we go into those last 3 races. So great
Yes,
job by
absolutely.
one of the most experienced players in this lineup so far, aside
Mhm.
from maybe the obvious Jeff in the room.
I mean, folks, this is a matchup between two of the greatest teams to ever play, and these players are some of the greatest minds to ever play. This is top level gameplay of Mario Kart, and what we're seeing out of both these teams is just brilliant responses over and over again. They're responding to shocks, they're responding to POWs, they're responding to blue shells. We saw the great blue shell play by Frozen on BC3. That is a play that only people with lots of experience make. And I just really love what I'm seeing out of both these teams. I think that these last 3 races um, could just be uh, miraculous, honestly. We are witnessing one of the better matches of this season so far. I'm really glad we were able to get this casted. And as we see 10 people in Rome, uh, we are getting ready to kind of get this underway. So
Mira-
the final three
miraculous
races, yeah.
Miraculous is definitely a choice of words. They're definitely not
Yeah,
mincing them.
no, I mean, this is
But
tough, like, it's
no, but
awesome.
I wouldn't necessarily disagree on the sheer quality of this match overall, but I do
Yeah.
also want to point out, since we have this little bit of a break, I do want to take this opportunity to talk about who's waiting in finals. Lovers Posture, a
Oh,
team that
yeah.
kind of came out of nowhere during the previous 2 seasons, and that has
Yes, when you look at the
and
grand scheme of things, they definitely did, yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
that have made a sheer meteoric rise in their main duo of Brody
mhm,
and Zilla, which
mhm.
a lot of CT players might recognize as
Oh, 100%, yeah.
the winning duo behind 6C for so many seasons, but now they've made their way to the top of the RT ladder as well. And JX was actually the only team that have made them lose a single match there. So
Yeah, they
for AI,
lost by just a little bit, yeah,
yeah,
and that was, a little bit, controversial in and of itself, obviously that penalty that was in that match was discussed at length between those 2 teams. That was just a clash of absolute titans, uh, and, I think that with Lover's Posture, obviously Brody and Zilla, they are very, very great in and of themselves. I think that Brody is, such a phenomenal player. He always scores high for them. However, I think that the real killer on that team is honestly Fresh. And I think that Goober as well, he is able to play a role like what Frozen and Fox have done in this match for Lover's Posture, where he is impacting races heavily and getting them top spots, um, and just being such a level player. So yeah, those guys are going to be really, really difficult for either of these teams.
yeah, and let's get back into the race here with JX
Mhm.
getting their Toads Factory pick there. Great choice from them, just gonna be able to get that draft early. Fox has a lot of work to do, possibly denying that first draft, and actually bumping out Jeff immediately.
Oh
Great job
wow.
by Fox
Yeah.
there, and that's now 2-3 for AI, with Zach actually hitting out Frozen, and that is immediate top 2 from AI after all of this. Frozen all the way back up
Fox
into
is
8th
holding
place
up.
there. Is
Wow.
that top
Brilliant.
3 for AI? That is top 3 for AI.
I think so, yeah. And we see that the daisies are occupying, sort of like the mid spots. We see one of the daisies gets hit. So if we cut back to Frozen, I think we'll be able to see who that is back there. Maybe. He'll look back in a second. I
It
think,
is Rose.
yeah,
It's
it's
Frozen. It's
Rosen.
Frozen.
It's Rosen. Oh, but he has the TC in seventh. Oh, this is so bad for him.
Oh, I think we will most likely just switch back to Fox for a little bit there, as
Yeah.
he is
He's
blued out,
blued and
and
redded. Oh no.
there's a
So we
bit of a
see that
combo there.
Frozen, yeah, gets TC'd. Rosen is right ahead of him. It looks like he's hit by one of the conveyors. Oh my goodness. So weird battle in bottom too. This is pretty bizarre pack split, honestly.
Camp should have the shock, seeing the position that he is in at the moment, so it is important to keep that in mind. And there's the immediate
There
shock,
it is, yeah. They
preventing the
try the
Shroomless.
chalk right, it fails. He hits the nanotite though, so that is a small time loss, but it will allow him to take the cut. He does get another TC though. Oh my goodness. What a bad race for Fox. And
As
Frozen
three,
is holding blue.
yeah, that's 3-4 now for AI. Gotta
Rushing with
remember,
the TC take. Oh, that is so big.
I don't believe it should be enough though at this point. JX are just so far gone in the front, Jeff, and I do believe that it's picked in the front as well. Just being so far ahead at this point, you would need to path that CC, get a blue, or either that, or just get a potential shock there. Murray and try and shroom path, but it's not going to be enough. Fox
Yeah,
will eat
this is
that
just
CC.
so bad for Fox. And Frozen is just obviously going to chain this blue here and then try to catch up with whatever he can. Maybe try to get sixth place. Nope, he's going to get hit out into seventh. But top two for JX. That's all you need, folks. I mean, they are up by 3 points. We're in the final three races. Top two is perfectly fine. We see Frozen get seventh. And I'm pretty sure that I think it was Murrah that got fourth or fifth. So yeah, very good race for JX.
Yeah, the AI just had a beautiful start there with that bump from Fox onto Jeff, and then just Frozen getting hit out, hitting out picks as well, forcing out the Mega. But that blue, and then just great play overall by Pix and Jeff. Possibly, I do believe Pick possibly dodged in the mid pack there from that really early shock. It did prevent the top two from AI to take the Shroomless as well, but that was just overall a great play by JX. Great macro
And
play
now,
overall.
yeah, no, those guys just played it so freaking good that race. And now taking a look at the table, they're up by 18 points heading into the final 3 races here, folks.
2 races, but yeah, you are absolutely
2 races, yeah,
correct
it's my
here.
fault. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. But yeah, 18 points to catch up. Still absolutely doable here, but if you don't get a winning race here, you're definitely in a rather rough spot if your AI is there. That Koopa Cape, who's been who's been honestly the battleground for so many race 12. It's a late match shenanigans between these two teams. A lot of people do remember. I'm sure a lot of people remember race 12 from I do believe it was the last season match 3 between these two teams. I can't quite remember if it was last season or the previous ones, but there's so many good Koopa Cape races between these two teams that I'm pretty excited to see what happens here in this race 11.
Yeah, no, this is a very, very interesting track where a lot of different chess moves can happen. We see the TC immediately for Frozen. That is not good. And we also saw that Zach, sad for an 8th place box, he likely has a good item, such as a golden or a star. We may see him showing up here. Position change pretty quickly. I think that Zach was able to take the cut, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't see him
Yeah,
up
he was.
there.
He was.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, he is in first currently. My mistake. Top 2
Mm-hmm.
4 for AI for now, and with that room, oh my goodness, Fox should be able to get
And they
up.
dropped a ground star for Zach in first place. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh,
unfortunate
but a
there.
good T-Pow, though. Good T-Pow. One player has a TC up there. Bomb could be huge. Fox has a
Yeah.
bomb. Could he maybe try to back it? No, he throws it, and he's able to pass it off to Fox, who is now TC'd and is going to be in 8th place. A little bit stranded.
And Blue Shell going to be immediately thrown out. Not good for Frozen's race, but good for GX's race overall. We did see Mura make his way into second place. There should be able to
Oh, a
catch
huge
up
stop,
to
but
first.
yeah, I think that he was able to catch some people in his blue. If we take a look at his perspective, we're seeing Fox get TC'd in 7th place. Oh, he gets a mega.
And there's
Another blue shell.
another
Oh
Blue
my
Shell.
goodness. Wow. These are some crazy items.
So many being thrown immediately, and that should be back up into top 2 for AI here, as if Mura doesn't end up having any shrooms to play around with, but either the blue has taken a long time, or it seems that he did indeed have a shroom to just dodge that blue shell here, so
Pretty
thankfully for
unfortunate from the
JX,
2 POVs. Maybe we'll see a
that
less.
golden
Yeah,
shield
this
allowed him to get
golden's
back
still
up at the
big.
very least. But the issue for JX is that even though Mura is pretty far gone in first, for the rest of the pack here, it does seem like AI is at an advantage, Jeff being the only one there
Oh, but the no
into
box
5th
there is
place.
so huge. Oh, he's not going to get a box
Jeff,
for 15 seconds. Jeff is hit, though.
that's 2, 3,
But he
4,
hits the
5.
banana that's so big.
Still 2, 3, 4 for AI. They need to hold onto this for at least a little while longer. Both baggers still sitting at the
6th
set there.
place. Misses the shroom. Is going to get the box here. Shrooming.
Frozen
And he's
hits
hit. So many people are hit.
That's 2, 3, 4 still for AI as Fox barely makes it out alive. Their Frozen
But
hits the
Zach
kid
is hit,
at the
yes.
end
I
of
think
the
he got
shroom.
7th. Zach got either 7th or 8th place. I'm not sure.
What an insane ending with Frozen.
Yeah.
If Frozen doesn't hit it, I think there is a very big argument to be made about this possibly sealing the deal for JX there with I do believe
Yeah, potentially.
it was Zach. Yeah, it was Zach who got hit out right on the line there, so it
So
could have been something like
2P48. Ooh, and only 10th. Right, so now they're going to be down by a decent amount here. Yeah, they're down by 15 points. And I do want to point out that without the penalties, they would be up by 5 points heading into the final race, which is just an entirely different game. That is an entirely different war of Mario Kart. So that could be very impactful. We may see them claw back this race, get a top 2-4, get a top 3. However, JX is in the driver's seat as we head into the final race here on match 1.
final race. But yeah, I absolutely agree there. The sheer difference that Pen can make both on the mental state you're going into at this point in the war and the result in the end. Well, we're really going to see the impact of it by the end of things here as DKJP is going to be picked up by both teams here. Not too surprised to see JX pick it up in the end because you got to remember this is a daisy track first and foremost with Mura in first place. They may think it's just their best way to secure that first place and guarantee their win in the match there. Either way, we're going to see if that ends up paying off. If Mura can stay in that first place, just hold on as much as he can. But he does have Rosen right behind him as well. Both daisies in top two as they have been
What a
numerous times
showdown we're about to
through.
see right here. Yeah. I mean, like, both of these teams
And
are
Mura
so
gets bumped out.
smart. Murr is bumped out. Yeah, immediately. Wow. That is so big. We see that AI are already in 2-3-4. And as I was going to say, as I've really hammered home with earlier on in this match, these are two of the smartest teams in the world. And this is one of the most interesting tracks in the world in terms of like the terrain is different. There's a huge cannon. The bagging situation is weird. There's a lot of respawns. So um this race will really come down to who plays better. And right now we're seeing AI in a lot of the top spots.
Yeah, JX in 4-5 right now continues back there from Proc, trying to just get as much value as he can. Mura streaming up, Frozen streaming up as well, but both of them are going to get redded.
Whoa,
Rosen
everybody's
getting hit,
hit.
Rosen getting hit out there alongside Jeff in that blue, and Mura taking that opportunity to get back up at the first place after he was
Good
pretty much
cow for
robbed
AI.
a bit too late. Maybe Mura doesn't lose that much time off of it. He's still in first place for now.
Mhm.
Pick making his way up
Triple
into
greens for picks,
third.
yeah. Has to
Fib
try the
up.
fib. Doesn't get it. The green hits one of the baggers. I think that was Krusty. So
It
that
is
would
Krusty.
mean that, yeah, Scamp is in 10th place.
You gotta remember, with JX in their current situation points-wise, you don't really need to do any type of risky shots. You can pretty much just secure first place and guarantee yourself a win. So any amount of shock denial or simply just holding onto it for a safe one is absolutely massive for JX there, as Krusty had to change his
Yeah.
mind.
Somebody just got random green in last, by the way, by Fox. That could end up being pretty big as we're closing in at the end of this race.
Zach does
Um,
get hit out before the cannon as well.
yeah, 135. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that looks to be um an AI member back there. Wow.
Should be, yeah, this is looking really dire for AI at this point. Zach gets bumped
Yeah,
by
this is
Pix as well. Blue is
I mean,
thrown
there's a
though.
blue shell, but this is absolutely over. I mean, he gets the blooper, and I think that JX are going to head into this match two with a 1-0 lead. This is really, really huge.
Yeah, your prediction was correct. In the end, Fox does make his way up into second at least, but Mura getting first and Pick
Yeah,
getting third.
good try, but yeah, wow.
Unless we see a late second, last second pen there from Scamp, this should be a pretty much
Yeah, no.
guaranteed win from JX there. Congratulations to them on this first match.
I
And
think that even if there was a -20, they are up by enough points to where they're probably good because they ended up getting some of the bottom spots as well. But yeah, well played by JX at the end of this match. They definitely, I think, played better when they did not have shock. Because we saw that Krusty did outbag Scamp, at least got more shocks than, he did for a lot of those first couple of races. But he ended up getting the pens, and maybe he was in his own head a little bit, did not get as many shocks during GP3, and we see that a -20. Oh, that is so brutal because you know that if they did not get that -20 overall in pens, with the -5s and the -10, then they would have won that match. But JX are going to head into this 18-point lead in the first match. Incredibly well played by both teams. And I'm just super, super excited for this next match where I think that AI, if they are a truly resilient and truly great D1 team, which I believe them to be, they will respond back in this match, and we will go on to a match 3 to be played at a later date.
absolutely, but I do also want to point out just Mura's straight up monstrous performance there,
Oh,
121 at the end of the day here. Obviously, we did mention DKJP just being a daisy center track pick and just him having a complete break at the end there, but Mura just so many great performances from him, so much front running from both daisies really. It's kind of funny to think about that Daisy is seen as this rather more niche, more not as optimal character, but I would argue that both daisies were the ones that were front running the most there at the end of the day. And it's pretty funny to see overall just Mura completely dominating on the racetrack so far. Though obviously a lot of it is thanks to the schlag work from his teammates. Obviously, got to point that out as well. But definitely showing why he's consistently rated as one of the strongest runners in the div. Has been MVP numerous times before in Division One, and possibly going to be their spearhead once again as we go into match 2. Though for the time being, we will take a very short break there. So, folks, I do advise you to just quickly grab some water, grab some snacks, grab whatever you need to get settled in for this match too. As my co-host mentioned, unfortunately, we will not be able to, if match 3 does occur, we will not be able to cast it tonight as neither team has the availability to do so, but it will be hopefully casted at a later date, just as a quick little warning. So yeah, see you guys later while we're waiting for both teams to quickly join the room. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for this Division 1 semifinals between JX and AI. For those that missed Map 1, which I expect is not a lot of you, seeing the number of viewers that we have right now, my goodness. In all seriousness, JX won Map 1 by 18 points, the minus 20 from AI, unfortunately, causing their downfall in the end as they lose that Map 1 off of a beautifully played DKJP by JX and mostly Mura in first place. But obviously, with teams of this caliber, you do expect a lot of mental resilience from either
Whoa!
as we go into Match 2. And Shy
Look at
Guy
this
Beach,
track! What the
the
hell? Oh my
Shy Guy
god!
Shy Guy Beach is our pick for Match 2 Race 1. That was not on my bingo card, I must admit. I suppose with
Thank goodness I finished digesting my food and like drinking my water until I saw that track pick because holy, this is
I,
so innovative.
I suppose with RSL and RBC gone, you just have to go for something else entirely. And JX decided, screw it, it's time to pick SGP entirely. Fox staying in
Yeah.
first for now. That draft is going to allow
Wow.
Frozen not to get back up to first, actually. The stand kind of undermining the value of the draft here as Barney Frozen's up, my
And I
goodness.
want to point something out.
Golden's
We
up
have
into first,
talked
yes.
about how smart these two teams are. However, I bet that out of all the tracks that both of them have played, if you see Zach get ready there, that is huge. The Daisies are also in bottom two fighting it out. I bet that this is one of their least played tracks ever. I mean, this is a track where, they may have done some lab work, but we see that AI is in top two. We see this Mega come out. They're kind of lost right now after they picked this track. That bomb is going in the deep water. One of their players is way in the back alongside Rosen, and Fox and Barney are just kind of breaking away in top two, man.
Zach just goldened up as well, so now AI in top three as we go into the last lap of this track. There, Pau is going to get those reds
Blue,
out. Blue is thrown,
blue from one of the
but that
daisies, yeah.
that is Scamp in 10th, though. It's important to point that out as an AI member is blue. There is going to be
Good box
Barney
from
there.
Frozen. He's gonna try to draft picks. He gets the draft out on him, and now he's gonna be close to Fox. Another Shroom. Looks like
Picks coming up as
JXR in
well.
2-3, and it
With
looks
that
like
red breaks on the tree as well. Fox is going to get first here.
oh
Rosen trying to shroom up.
one
Is
three,
he
one three for
1-3?
Fox and Rosen. Wow.
Unfortunate banana hit at the end there. The little terrain shift between water and sand can sometimes throw you off, and Frozen,
So they
unfortunately,
caught
paying
up,
the
yeah.
price for it.
They caught
Yeah,
up, and they were really able to change that race. And JX picked that pretty unconventional for top for
for
2-4-6-8. Yeah, for even spots, but AI were able to respond really well.
yeah, this is one of those tracks where you can just easily catch back up there. So Rosen being so far in the back doesn't really matter as long as he has a golden at the end there. And yeah, 1-3-5-6 for AI. An even better start than they had at the start of the map of the previous match, being up double digits
Yeah.
after the first race. They're definitely the start that you want after losing match one by such a small margin. But yeah, SGB definitely not the pick that we expected, and neither was AI, I assume, but in the end, JX paying the price for such an exotic pick there. Though I have to say, part of it is unfortunately Scamp just not getting the shock that they needed really out of that track here. Even though he stayed in 10 for most of it, just not getting that shock meant that no late dodges, no preventing Rosen from goldening up at the end there, pretty much guaranteeing that AI win as Fox pretty much stayed in first that entire race, surprisingly, aside from
No, he was
Barney
very
looking
dominant that
past
whole
him.
race. Yeah. And I don't expect him to not be dominant throughout this whole production, honestly. That first place, if he gets DKM here, which he does, he has one of the fastest times in the world on this track, and it's on Flame Runner, right? He is going to drive incredibly well, probably during this first lap, and if he does, well, he's just going to be in first place for a lot of this race, honestly.
Yeah, that has been an XI staple just for how dominant Fox can be on this track specifically, even with
Yes,
Flame
so
Runner.
true.
Though you do have Rosen and Mura also on the Daisy being extremely fast on this track as expected, so Fox possibly going to have a little bit of competition in the front, but for now it's simply from Pix here, right on his trail there, but he does actually get trailed
It's
by that Nana
Pix, I
there.
think.
Yeah, picks.
Does he? Yeah. He hit
It was
picks.
picks. And now the
Oh, his
Daisies are going to
T-power
be
is
hot on the trail to
huge.
keep out immediately, but great
Great
job by Fox.
play. Wow.
We do see that wall hit pretty often just to get to lag someone off of the cut itself, but Fox using that to his advantage to actually just take the
Yeah, no,
perfect
that was
point per cut.
incredibly creative, and I think that that was some of the XI genius that we see from players like Fox and Barney and Xander and stuff like that. They can just think on the fly and make plays like that to where now he's still in first place and he's out of sniping distance for Frozen. So well played by Fox for sure.
Yeah, at this point, Fox should have a pretty clear break into first place there as long as no blue or shock play is made there. Possibly gonna try a red on the cut, but does get side redded
Oh,
by Zach. But Zach does get advantage as well.
great timed red by Zach. That was absolutely incredible. Oh, but
As
he's fibbed
he's
off
pipped
by
off.
Jeff. Wow.
That's going to be 2-3 for Jack so far as Barney makes his way up into fourth place.
Still,
The
yeah,
other
fourth for
XI
Barney.
members. Oh, an
He's
immediate
green.
double hit.
Wow. That definitely just sent a message right there.
The extremely confident play there from Barney overall there. We do see both baggers are still at the set, but there's the shock. Most likely an
I think it was AI. Yeah. Was
AI
that
shock getting
Zach in
Jeff at
that?
the end. Yep,
Yeah.
that was an AI shock just getting Jeff at the exit of the cannon there, but Frozen using this opportunity to shroom up right behind Fox. But there's the blue shell that we were talking about there, and Fox
Oh
going
my
to be
goodness.
forced out. But
Oh, but the
being thrown up
side
by
red from
Frozen.
Rosen! Oh, wow! That is incredible. He's back in first place.
Jeff pulling the TC, not gonna pop until the end there, except if a red connects here, this could be
There's a
disastrous for
POW.
JX.
There's a red. Oh, so
Red
many things
doesn't
are
connect.
happening at the line here. Picks at the banana. I think that it ended up being a sort of bad race for AI, but that red after the blue shell was so good by Rosen. That absolutely killed any chance of JX getting a big race out of that because he was able to keep first place there. What a truly excellent play by Rosen, who is somebody who came into this match who obviously has not a lot of experience. So just what a great red shell by him.
Yeah, we made a lot of talk at the start of this race, just talking about the quote-unquote XI experience, the sheer amount of
Mhm.
races that these two teams have played together, and really the one with the least experience ends up being the hero for AI at the end. Obviously, a pretty common red spot, but having the foresight to use it as the blue pops there, timing it so it doesn't end up getting blown up by the blue itself, and getting
Mhm.
first out of it to keep your team in the lead. Definitely a very nice play by Rosen, despite how simple it looked.
Yes, I completely agree, and I am excited to see where these two teams are going to go from here. We saw that Fox, he kind of fell behind a little bit. Obviously he did not end up being what I thought he would. I expected him to get a top spot that race, and he ends up getting fourth, which
Well,
is still pretty decent. Yeah, but he did kind of get hit.
in all fairness, he absolutely would have if not for the blue shells.
Oh yeah,
That's not
yeah, for
really
sure.
that's not really in his control, all things considered.
A thousand
Uh,
percent, yeah, and Rosen still being able to get a good race there. I mean, this is just a very good start for AI, even though they're only up by 8 points. What a great start for them. This could have been a lot worse for them, I think.
Absolutely, and hopefully Fox is going to be able to capitalize off of that RBC pick there with an immediate draft onto Rosen there. Both teams picking that up, trying to possibly just prove to the other that they're better on one of the most uh, difficult tracks in the game, and
Bill.
there's an immediate bill by
Oh,
Fox there. Let's switch over POV to Frozen here as, well, unfortunate timing on that switch, but Frozen is going to have to fight off Rosen and Barney in the top spot. Fox is most likely just going to hold on to that bill for a lot longer there as both baggers just made their way past the respawn. Great double back.
aggressive mega by Frozen immediately. However, I agree with it honestly, as now he's close to Rosen and Barney, going to be able to shroom up here, and
And
he's
he's
built off by Fox.
unfortunate
Wow.
timing
You want to
there.
talk about aggressive? That is a crazy bill right there. He pulled that at the start of the race, saw that his team was in top two. Frozen was the only competition, and he billed him out of there immediately. Now he's in a bottom two spot, and AI are in absolute control of this race. Truly, what an excellent play by Fox.
I do think that that was also significant because it shows that Scamp was absolutely intense there. You never use that bill so early if your bagger's intense. So Scamp having the opportunity to pull that shock early and possibly get JX back into the race. Speaking of which, let's switch over to Frozen's POV to quickly see where he is in the mid spot. They're getting yet another Mega. It feels like every item from Frozen is either a blooper or a Mega at this point. But
yeah,
it also...
very polarizing items. You're definitely right. Oh, Pow
Uh,
is so good here too.
Good T-Pow, but with the sheer lead that top 3 have here, and there's the
Zach is
bill
building
immediately
up,
being
yeah.
used.
Or
Uh,
I think it was Pix,
going to
maybe.
be a
No, I think
T-Pow
it was
on
Zach. It was Zach.
the T-Pow at the end there, but it doesn't really impact them that much. Star is good for leader if there is a need for a late
Oh
shock
no, I
there.
like the Schlag. He has to try and hit Zach here because their team are in bad spots right now.
And it doesn't connect. Blue to green line lag working
Oh,
against
he's
him, and there's an
back-redded.
immediate back red.
Oh, so they're top 3 right now, and Zach is in 5th place. He just back-redded him, and they are losing chances at winning this race. I mean, frankly, if they don't get blue like right now, oh, this is over. This is completely over.
With a TC, if he doesn't pass it to Zach, this is pretty much over.
Yeah,
Zach
this
slamming
is
on the brake.
hurting. And he passes it to Pix.
Such a
Could Pix
desperate
maybe
attempt.
pass it off to...
Zach did get bumped off in the end, so at the very least we
Okay.
got something out of this. But at this point, yeah, you were just playing for the Zach.
I mean, they're still getting like top 3, yeah. And Krusty likely has to shock. I mean, look at how he's moving.
We do see Mura moving
Yeah,
up
this is
there,
just
but
top
only in the
3.
4th place. And there is unfortunately no dodge there from Zach as Pix drops a shroom for him. It's going to be only Zach left from AI to try and get back up there.
I mean,
Blue
he gets
not going
blue.
to be able
He
to do
could...
anything
No,
yet.
yeah, he's getting 8th. Yeah. But a great place. Great place. Great race by AI. Very, very well done. I mean, wow, just what an excellent run by the top 3 after that phenomenal bill play by Fox on lap 1. I mean, I really just can't drive home enough how good of a play that was.
Yeah, the Frozen had to avoid both Rosen possibly trailing him with that Nana, and then Fox just barreling in with that Bill on such a tight bridge, just completely boxing him in, and he was never able to really catch up after that. Rosen and Fox being the dynamic duo of AI so far, as seen both on the scoreboard and on the racetrack. Really, either way, up 27. The biggest lead that AI have had for both these matches here. That's absolutely the start that you want after such dominant races on the side of AI.
I would like to point out that we're seeing the opposite thing happen that we saw in the first match with JX, where, you know, we saw that Frozen and Pix were in the kind of back of the scoreboard with, you know, 14 and 19 points. We're seeing the same thing, except right now, Rosen's on 40 and Fox is on 35, which after 3 races is absolutely, I mean, that's just so many points, quite frankly. That's too many points.
Yeah, 27 points in 3 races is definitely not something that we're used to seeing from teams in such an caliber in semifinals here. And on the contrary, from match 1, where it was really close, small races at the start here, AI are definitely barreling in a lot faster than they were last match, and immediately Jeff.
Wow. He is
Not sure if it was Jeff,
absolutely
actually.
slammed off.
Not sure if it was Jeff. I might
That
have
is
misread
crazy.
that.
Yeah, I think that was Jeff, and now I believe that is also Mura, if I'm not mistaken, right behind him.
Still top
So
three. Still top 3 for AI. Regardless, greens is going to be thrown up, immediately hitting out Barney. The aggressiveness from Frozen showing here. Pick trying to shroom
yeah,
up
he's
ahead
foaming.
of.
He is foaming a lot, and he is trying to split this pack a lot. I think that is the general strategy of JX, but quite frankly, it's not really working right now, as we still see AI in top 2, and they are still quite unbothered. They were able to back Bananas right there. They're probably going to back right here. There's a blue shell coming out, which could impact the race a little bit. However, it's still a 1v3 in this split pack, and all Frozen has to respond is just a single banana.
Yeah, both young guns from AI being so far ahead at this point. The Nana not going to connect. The Pow not landing
And
on
Barney
the
being
Zach
up here
either.
too. He has the red shell, has to try to use this at a opportune time to maybe try and hit Zach. I think probably either right here or yeah.
Oh, great blue play.
Wow!
And the dodge is
Oh
mistimed.
no!
It does hit Zach in the end. He does hit Zach in that blue, so at the very least, it's not completely wasted, even with that blue shell dodge being, unfortunately, a bit squandered there. Great T-Pow as Barney completely avoids it with
If
the
he
Mega.
passed this TC to Pix is the biggest question right now. It looks like
He
he's able to
does.
get it off the Pix, and then he passes it back. Oh, he's getting TC'd in 4th place. It looks like Pix is right behind AI's top 2 now, as we see that a TS is
Murcia.
coming out. That is equalizing the shock here. Fox gonna grow soon, and he could potentially be able to get a blue off. I don't think so, however. I think that he's probably just going to stay in this 6th place position.
Oh, Pix passing Rosen, allowing Frozen to try and get
Frozen's
the
off!
Fox golden him off, and
Whoa,
then
whoa, 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 whoa. Something crazy just happened on Fox's POV, because I just saw him goldening up, his funky is flexing his biceps at the end here, and I just saw him with blue shell in 6th to 7th place. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. We just saw a great race for AI, and they are expanding their lead even more in this semifinal matchup. This is just very well played.
An extremely late shock from AI. They're getting Mura off that TS ramp and canceling that TC from Fox. Great play by them. Doing a bit of an unexpected one. We fully expected them to be shocking the top spot from JX, getting picked out, but getting them onto that mid spot guarantees to have a good race there, guarantees that Fox still has a good shot of it. But yeah, chaining that blue into a gold and bumping Frozen off at the end there. Fox just doing absolutely massive work there as we are up 46, the biggest lead now in the entire series, bar none, and we are past, finally, for the first time in the series, the fabled 31-point threshold there. AI have a guaranteed one race cushion going into the GP2. Yeah, do want to mention as well the very nice 50 bomb there by Rosen during match during this very first their first DP already on 50 points. Definitely something to note there, doing better than Mura had done during the previous maps. But regardless, this is absolutely a team effort there. Pretty much every member from AI pulling their weight, whether in the back or in the front here, as we go into this GP2.
Yeah, no, they played so well coordinated, that GP. And I didn't mean to cut you off there. I'm so sorry. However, yeah, I think that this team AI, what they may have in this match over JX is like they have this first GP where they dominated. They held JX to under 100 points. And frankly, during these races, they've been playing a lot of great defense, honestly. They've been hitting them with items and staying in top spots. We saw that a lot on last race. A great play by Fox. That was more kind of offensive, billing him off there. But, you know, they are just firing on all cylinders right now. And I think that if they're able to keep up this momentum by race 8 or 9, this could look really bad early for JX.
You got to remember, unfortunate favorite, but you got to remember, this BT3 was the very race where it all turned around for JX during match 1.
This is true, yeah. Very, very
so
true.
You got to be careful. Green's going to be thrown up. Barney getting past that TC through triple reds by Mura there. And here we're going to see a lot of people waiting for the cut. Frozen is off. That's a bit unfortunate there.
Yeah. Is he going to go for Shroomless? Of course, surely.
Rosen failed the cut. So unfortunately, the Daisy from AI is going to be stuck in the back for a long while. The pack split here.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Daisy from JX is in 3rd right now, and they are in 3-4. We're gonna look at the top spots up here. Looks like Jeff is in 5th.
Pix does get blued as well. Murr tries to fight off into 1st place. Bib gonna be thrown, unfortunately not gonna connect, and now Fox is forced to battle it out with Murr. They're gonna be
good choice to shroom there. Fib attempt.
Does not connect, surprisingly. Not going for the ultra either.
Not going for any cut. He fails in 1. He failed the cut in 1st place. My goodness.
Did a power vibration possibly throw him off?
I think so. I think that is entirely plausible.
And we see Rosen goldening up into 2nd place. They're right behind Frozen there, right as they were during lap 2.
He's spinning right now, yeah. Frozen I think a blue is coming. Maybe?
No.
He hit the swap? Wow.
hit the swamp, unfortunately.
Well,
And
a
that was
rare misplay from Frozen. I fully expected a blue to be coming right then because we just don't see D1 players really doing that super often. However,
and
this
Pick
red is
muscling it
so
out.
huge. He's now immediately back down to 5th place. Is this top 2-4 right now?
It
This
is
is
top two
top
four right
3.
now. An
Oh my
immediate
goodness.
blue throw, and Frozen getting a very nice star
Oh,
there
where are we
at the very
going?
least, fully blocking the cut as Pick gets blued. Fox gonna try and make his
He's
way
denied the
into first
box.
place there.
Neither of them have boxes. The shot coming here.
And
It's Murray
it's
in
Yes
first
Rosen!
place.
It's Yes Rosen! The shock, Yes Rosen! Great shock from JX now as they're now guaranteed top 3, except if Fox can pull a miracle here, sandwich between Pick and Frozen here. Nana's gonna be thrown up, not connecting onto Pick, getting a very nice
Gets him
trail
with the
there
back
onto
nano.
Frozen.
Wow.
That
So
should be top
clean.
2
Yeah.
4, but then it's
But
top
still
2
top 2,
4
4,
5.
5. Yeah.
And as expected, just as match 2 presented it, BC3, JX just being completely dominant on it, now having the shock as
Oh
well to
yeah, they
prevent
are so in control.
any
Yeah.
comeback attempts from Rosen just being completely snuffed out by that shock there, and JX now have the momentum behind their sails as we go into the halfway point of this match. It's a great play by them overall, but I do want to point out maybe a little bit of a blunder there by Fox, not going for any cut on lap 2, where he could have possibly just stayed in
Yes.
first place. Neither cut was blocked, possibly just being scared of JX members behind him, but when you're the only top spot in your team here, not going for the cut is pretty much just letting go of that top spot entirely. So unfortunately, Fox just not able to really compete with Mura by the end of things here, being pretty much sandwiched between Pix and Frozen. Granted, played that situation absolutely beautifully there, trailing out Frozen, trying to head out Pix. Unfortunately, didn't manage to do so, but uh, Fox unfortunately couldn't do that much more as the lead
Yeah.
now falls back to 23 points.
Yeah, and I think that during that race, we saw maybe some of the weaknesses of AI. Um, because there were definitely some mistakes that were made by JX. It was not great seeing Frozen hit the thwomp in first place, albeit it was a bit humorous, but they still were able to come back and get such a good race. I think that we saw a kind of big mistake by Fox, like you said, not taking any cut. That is such a great point to bring up because had he taken one of those cuts, he would have for sure been in a top 2 spot, which is all that you really need when you're holding this kind of lead right now. Like a 40-point lead, if you were able to get first or second place at least, then that is very good for the outlook of your war.
Granted, seeing the sheer blue barrage that was going on
Oh yeah.
during that race, unsure of whether he would have held on to that first place for very long. Frozen, unfortunately, is just getting an immediate TC there, and trying to get away from Rosen, ends up passing it to Mura, so 2 members of JX immediately going to be thrown into the Shadow Realm here, as Frozen's just going to wait for that box and 8. Let's switch over POVs to Fox there, who's probably better
Oh
off in
no.
the mid-pack there, and immediately seeing that build there. Jesus, so many item hits in the mid pack there as we see Rosen in first place and Fox with that golden in third, most likely going to follow right after there as he battles it out with Mura for now.
Yeah, no, this golden in third is so huge, and we're
And
gonna
there's
see him
another
opt
blue.
to hold it until about right now, which this makes sense. He's gonna be able to take the cut. He's gonna stay in first place. He's gonna offer a little bit of protection.
When shock
Oh
early
my
by
goodness, that
AI.
shock! Wow.
Shock early by AI. That was great play by Fox. Then that means because he golden early to make sure he was able to take the cut right as blue was cancelled, meaning that they got the maximum value that they could out of the shock with Zach dodging up into first place. Their great macro play there by these players. Back red not connecting onto picks, and now that is top
Now we're going to see
2-4
them in top 2
for
4.
AI.
Yeah, top 2 4. And I think that they are still occupying one of those 6-8 spots with one of the daisies, right? So they still have an opportunity to maybe get a dodge. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that just changed everything right there with that hit. Wow. So now we're going to see only one AI member up in the top spots. Barney is in a star. And now they're in a little bit of panic mode right now. I think at least a little bit.
On
Yeah.
blue
Oh,
for
no.
Frozen. Yeah, let's switch over POVs to Frozen there because Fox is going to be stuck in the back for a lot longer than that.
Hit
Green
green by Fox or by Pix, by the way, at the end of lap 2 there. I mean, he just hit Fox like a ICBM right there. That was just crazy.
Oh, and bomb on the Rare members as well. Oh,
No.
no, that was entirely
No,
like my
no,
goodness.
no.
Sorry.
Yeah, it lagged through. You're all right.
and Shock
Oh,
does
the
end up
shock is
coming out
so
there.
big.
That was AI Shock, I assume, with Fox getting into the set
Oh,
there
here
and
we
actually
go.
making his way all the way up into
Oh, the
second
mega,
place.
what?
Beats out Mura, and Barney makes his way up into fourth place. It looks like that is top 2-4-7 for AI at the end there with that last shock. Two shocks from AI, both played beautifully onto Peach Gardens, allowing them such a good race there after that unfortunate race that was BC3.
These races are absolutely bananas, man. Like, can I just say, there is so much stuff going on. There was a bill pulled from Frozen, and we switched over to Fox's POV, and he had a golden in third. And these two teams are just pulling the best items for our entertainment. So I would like to say thank you to them. And I mean, just what a race by AI. What a shock after Fox took the cut. That was such great thinking by them. And they are expanding their lead right now and holding on over a team like JX, who I've said before can come back, and they came back during match one. They had some small deficits. And yeah, but AI are in the driver's seat right now, and they still have a one race cushion.
Absolutely, but yeah, just Fox managing to stay in first place. They're the getting his way back after the fact. That second shock just allowing him to get that gold in there, dodging Mura in that mega there. Just great play by him overall. Uh, the unk of Mario Kart Wii showing that he still got it. With 63 points after 6 races, Toast Factory going to be chained for AI. They're getting that running track pick, which went well for Jax when they picked it. So gotta hope that AI has a similar performance on it, with Barney hopefully going to be able to get a very nice draft onto Zach at the start. It definitely doesn't look like it, but they still get top three in the end for now. Greenback possibly onto pick, so simply going to choose to hold it. And that
Yeah, and if
top
we can switch over to Frozen's perspective, as we're gonna see AI up there occupying the top spots for now. Jeff with these triple reds, Rosen in a star. So I think that the main goal for Rosen right now in this seventh place position is to just grief the JX members as much as possible. And
double bomb at the same time. Oh no! Let's switch over to
okay,
the
I would
talk.
love to see his POV for that. I think that maybe Frozen's bomb exploded or something like that because oh my goodness, what the heck did we just see here live on TV?
Mura with the triple reds. Fox expertly dodging those, I must say, for allowing Mura to get back up to.
Oh,
Oh no!
goodbye.
Hit the pillar there. Oh no! And that means Fox is back up to second place immediately. A little bit of a blunder there on the side of Mura. Not one you're used to seeing from a player of his caliber. Let's switch over
Yes.
POVs once again to Frozen, as he is going to be still in the back for now. Fox should have a pretty clear run for now. Bomb
I
there,
want to
going
point
to be
out
back
right
up.
now that Jeff and Rosen are having a battle in the bottom two spots where ultimately, or sorry, not Jeff, but Pix are having a battle in the bottom two spots where ultimately, Rosen lost. However, they are still in these 5, 6, 7 spots. And, they need to respond back immediately at this point.
No chain
Um,
from either.
yeah, no, this is super, super bad for JX, who need better spots than this when it's coming down to the wire in these final races.
Let's
They
switch
can
back
maybe
to
get a
Fox
back
really
bomb here.
quickly, making sure. Oh yeah, there's a target PAL on there. Expected a power item to be used at the end there, but
Handles
that's
it
still
very beautifully and
nowhere
still
near
top
enough.
three.
That's still
Yeah.
going to be top three for AI there. There's a
And then
last
last
second
second
shot.
shock, Rosen is dodging up right now. We're seeing him on the minimap. One
That
of
should be
the
that should be six. That should be top three six. Oh, never mind. It seems that
oh,
there has been a bit of a hit there, so
I
top
don't
three
even know what's
seven
going
instead.
on. Oh, I think it was
It's
the bagger. That was the bagger. Okay. So top
Yeah,
three seven. Yes.
top 3-7 indeed. But yeah,
Mhm.
Rosen getting hit out unfortunately
Great
at
race
the
for
end there
both of
after
them.
dodging. But yeah, AI just completely dominating that race, holding on to that top three for the entire way there, as Krusty just held on to that shock for the entire time, guaranteeing that his team did not let off the gas for a single second. Mura getting into second and then just hitting the pillar, unfortunately, yet allowing Foss to just really get back up into second place here. Zach never leaving first for the entire race. And yeah, just overall great play by AI, great item play, great defensive play, as you complimented previously. Just another great example of that, as they are now up 59 going into the end of that GP2. A couple
Yes.
a couple more winning races, and it might just be curtains for JX on this match too.
Yes, they are up one whole ego death party on JX right now, and this is looking like a match where, you know, if AI are gonna keep getting these races, then it's just over, folks. I mean, GP3 is coming up right now. You're running out of time, and I think that this is where Frozen kind of needs to reevaluate during the minute 30 seconds that he has during this race. Jeff needs to kind of reevaluate. Pix might need to reevaluate as well, and think about what it is that they could be doing during these final 5 races to come back down 60 points. They have been in positions like this before, but can they come back against such a good opponent?
Yeah, there's definitely not at such a high level. Comebacks, while they are possible, they're definitely unlikely just because both teams are playing well enough to mitigate those huge races there, and a great fib immediately
Example of
by
that. Yeah,
Mura.
great example of that. Yeah, I mean, just like we see people get hit out so early on and races get decided. And we're seeing this race kind of get decided right now. For it looks like JX are in the top spots. AI are trailing a little bit behind them. It looks like Jeff and Fox are in bottom 2 right now. Mura is up there as well. So looks like a lot of JX in the top spots.
Yeah, we do see Krusty and 10th, though, an important little distinction to make on track like RSL, where Shaw can have such a huge impact here. Let's quickly switch on over to Fox here, as Frozen should be. Oh, never mind. Did not see that he was this far gone in 8th. My mistake.
Yeah.
Just holding on to that star for a potential shock. There are a lot of possibly going to hold on to that star for a little while longer. The
And
mid
I want to
shifter
say that I
now.
really like that star hold from Fox because, you know, we'll see right now. Yep, he's dodging up and they get a good shock red. And this is a good early shock. I
Oh, Rosen gonna be unfortunately stuck in 8th here, but yeah, good early shock. They kind of need that shock early on, try and catch up. Fox chaining 2 stars at the very least, allowing him to get back up to the mid pack here. Green not gonna connect. Zach stays in 3rd the entire time, just being the only member of AI to stay in that top spot here. Frozen still in 1st for now, but that 2nd star, even without a shock, could potentially
Yeah,
have a
here we
huge
go.
impact here. T-Pow gonna be
TC
thrown
from
out at
Zach
Zach, and
passes it
just
off to
past the pick.
Pix. Does
Red
he
gonna be
get
thrown
the
out.
red off? I don't think he does. Pix is going to get TC'd though.
And
And this is a
comboed as
good
well.
red.
And there's a
Oh,
blue
it's a
shell
blue
to Frozen!
shell? Oh, no. This is so bad for JX. We're going to see AI in top 2. Back red hits the guy in 3rd.
And
They
that was
are
Mura.
breaking away right now, and they are top 2-4 when JX started off this race looking good. Jeff
And
is in a star right now. Could sort of shake things up a little bit. He
great
goes of his
start.
way to hit Fox. That is a great play. It's going to send Fox all the way down to 7th. Oh my goodness. They are getting 5 bottom 2 after that swerve star from Jeff. Wow. That was incredible.
A great play by Jeff, identifying that he couldn't catch up to Zach in 1st there, so immediately going for Fox, guaranteeing that bottom 2. That experience, that a game sense showing there by Jeff, as this race has gone from JX winning, AI winning, and then JX just
Yeah,
clutching
no,
out a win at the end
seriously,
there.
yeah. What a clutch star in 3rd from Jeff to secure a 2-3-4-6, which, you know what? It's not a fantastic race, but you have another 4 races now to take what you did there. You got a winning race, right? First one in a little bit, and just reevaluate, and you're down by 50 points. All right? You're JX. You can overcome this deficit, right? So maybe they can move on to face Lover's Posture next Saturday, or maybe we'll have to play a match during the middle of the week. We'll see, folks, but this is not over yet.
Oh, absolutely not, especially considering the fact that JX have looked a lot more confident on that RSL race with the early lead that they had, just getting those hits in early. Mura getting that magnificent fib there onto Fox there at the perfect timing to get him off, and just getting that lead early, that was only disturbed by a series of shock and blue, which allowed the AI to catch back up, and JX salvaging the best they could, salvaging into a winning race, which is definitely the best that they could ask for at this point, seeing the series of events that have occurred at the end of lap 3.
Oh, yeah.
Either way, 50 points definitely a lead that you can overcome, but that is around a 12 to 13 point deficit per race that you have to overcome. So at this point, if AI get a single big winning race, they're still on the Jacks are still walking a tightrope here at this point. A single big losing race can mean the end of this match too. So they're gonna have to be really careful, and they still have to play for those big races. At this point, AI can play this a lot
Great
safer.
track pick for them.
Yeah,
This is so good for them.
the first DDR of the set, surprisingly enough, at race 21 of this BO3, definitely way longer than you usually take to see DDR in action. Fox gonna be hopefully just holding on to that first place for most of it until the Ultra lap
Great
2.
strategic lines here. Yep. Oh, bump by Frozen. Hello. Gets the Nana out onto Jeff, though. We're going to see AI into 4-5. Picks with triple reds. This could be very impactful. He could try to get a back red here. He's slagging a little bit. Forces Fox to go in a weird line, but he has a Mega, and he's going to wreak havoc.
Oh, no, that's
There he
not
gets Barney. Is he
who
going to
had
get
a
Rosen?
mega well. No, he does get Mura, who had a
Yeah,
golden as
he gets
well.
Mura. He gets Mura. Nice.
Mura,
That is such an impactful Mega. I mean, it changes
unfortunate
the
for
race.
Barney,
I'll put
but
it that way. Yeah. It really,
Rosen,
really changes who's in bottom two and changes, nobody's taking gold and ultra now. Nobody's even taking ultra in the bottom two. So the pack is going to be really, really split here.
oh, nice, really fortunate Mega by Fox there, as AI are now in 1-3-5. Rosen was able to take the Ultra, pretty much the only member of either team to take that Ultra, and that golden in 5 should allow Fox to get up to a top 3 spot at the very least there. Zach still holding on to that top spot for now. Rosen gonna be trying to battle out Frozen there, gonna quickly keep an account on Fox there by the end of that Ultra, should be able to possibly pass Frozen if no little mishaps are made really close regardless. But that
The
TC,
TC. If he's able to
that
pass it to Frozen, though, this could be game. Good call. Does he get it
oh,
off? And he does!
he passes it back to Frozen at the end. Oh
And
my
they are going to
goodness.
be in top two. Frozen's T seed. JX are in 3-4. Fox is in fifth right now. A
Does he
great,
change?
great call by AI, especially considering the position that they're in.
He does chain this, he does get another shroom as well. This could be top 3 if Fox gets a good cut here, and it does look like it.
I think it's top 2-4, but
It's
regardless,
it's going to
that's
be
such a
close.
good shot call. That is one of the best shot calls we've seen throughout the duration of this match, and I think that this is just the veteran leadership that Fox provides to beat Komachi. He single-handedly won them that race by slowing down Frozen and giving him that TC, effectively allowing Zach to stay up there, allowing Rosen to stay up there, and they end up getting top 2-4 out of it when they're already up by 50. So what a great response by Beat Komachi.
Oh, barely not managing to pass Murrah there at the end. You were correct. That is a top 2-4-8 for AI, but that is still absolutely more than enough at this point in the war. We talked about this, but yeah, that DC battle between Frozen and Fox could have absolutely been the deciding factor of this race, of this war, even, as AI are now up 65. A single winning race, and it's mathematically impossible for GX to catch up without some all-running shenanigans for the last 2 races.
Yeah, and I think that during this match, we have seen AI really kind of take on a new form during this match. During the first match, they kind of looked a little bit unready, if I'm being honest. I think that they kind of opened races not so great, and they were the ones kind of making mistakes and kind of forcing mistakes. JX were forcing them to make mistakes, I should say. Meanwhile, during this match, it's kind of been the opposite picture where, we've seen Krusty not really getting as many shocks as he did during match one. However, AI are just simply outplaying them in a lot of one-on-one, two-on-two, even two-on-three or one-on-two situations. So very, very great gameplay by AI, all of their members.
Ooh, Fox,
Holy
unfortunately,
crap.
getting a very unfortunate start to this Daisy circuit, a JX Classic, as a lot of you might have seen. Let's just review these really quickly to Frozen, who should be hopefully a bit further up in the pack. Yeah, indeed, with Frozen in third. Bob attempt goes through onto Mura there. Great play by, I assume, Rosen or Zach, either or of the young guns of AI here, as they're now 2-3-4 behind. I do believe. Not sure who's in first actually right now. Maybe Jeff. I think it is Jeff, but I could absolutely be wrong here. Regardless,
Yeah.
Rosen gonna try and flag a little bit onto Mura. They're getting
Oh,
a very
great
nice hit off.
POW. That POW is so big. It is so race changing. We see a TC from Pix right there. He's not going to
And
be able
he
to
gets
pass it to
backbombed.
anybody.
He
Yeah.
gets
No, that is
backbombed
such a
by
good
Rosen.
POW for AI, honestly. Because now we're going to see JX are in the bottom spots. Frozen's
Zach
shooting up,
does
but
get
there he
out.
goes, getting hit out.
Frozen has been dodging so many bombs at this point, but he does get hit out by that shell in the end. And there's the shock. Frozen slowing down there with Mura
Oh.
dodging, but the PC definitely not what you want here. Going to be able to take the cup. It just
Here
goes
comes Kim
around.
in the clutch. Okay.
Scamp does get it here at the very least. That DK switch will allow us to identify it a little bit better on the map there. Fox is going to be able to shroom to golden up there, but Mura with those triple reds, does he break it? He does not.
He gets him, yeah. Wow. So this is going to be a pretty good race for JX here. It's not over yet, folks. They have 2 races to kind of come back here and maybe pull off the nearly impossible.
You have to remember as well that I do believe AI still did get 2-3 at the end of the track here, so definitely not as much of a winning race as you would have hoped for if you're GX, even after that little hit there onto Fox. But yeah, just Frozen on getting that TC pass. Great play by Scamp overall, just allowing that TC pass there, allowing Frozen to stay up there for a little while longer and hitting out Zach and Fox, getting as many points as you can on the board there with that 1-4-5-6, as you're now
Yeah,
down
and it is
exactly
looking
60 points.
so grim for JX right now, as we could for sure see a match 3 depending on what happens during this race. I mean, JX are one of the best teams to ever play, as we've harped on many times during this broadcast. However, it's going to take a lot for them to come back down 60 points with just 2 races remaining. They're saying that Moonview Highway is the track to do it. However, I do think that if we see just any top 3 spot from Rosen, from Fox, from Zach, or from Barney, then this is over, folks.
Exactly. At this point, any podium spot from AI pretty much secures this altogether. Koopa Cape is going to be our rate 11 once again in this match 2 here. Um, at this point, AI, they just need to play it safe. They just need to secure top spot, guarantee their win here, guarantee that we see those two teams go at it again for another evening as JX Fox can pretty much just stay. Oh, I expected him, frankly, to stay in 8th for a lot longer there, seeing as you are able to simply hold on for a lot longer. Is that both daisies bumping each other off in the end? Yeah, it is. Both
Yeah, they're
daisies
off.
bottom 2.
Yeah. And Fox is TC'd. Frozen is goldening up right now. He does not get the box, though. That's a bit of a kind of a
On the
misplay right
blue
there.
parameter. Great back onto Zach as well, though. At this point, it's only up to Mura to try and get back up, try and get his team the possibility of possibly
Oh, this
clutching
red is
this
killer.
impossible
This
win.
red's horrible.
This red is absolutely hitting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
and he's
no.
comboed.
Oh, no. Wow. So we see Frozen just like that. I mean, that just takes it back to earlier, though, when he missed the box when he was goldening. He was trying. There's a shock right there. Oh, huge ground star.
Yeah, that
However,
was a really early JX shock to try and prevent AI from getting any further up than they need to right now. That power is going to be
yeah,
immediately chained.
very
Hopefully
true.
Mura didn't have
And
anything too useful.
yeah, and as I was saying though, um, Frozen misplayed by not being able to get the box, and then he gets the blooper and he's read it out, and now we see him in 8th when, frankly, he needs item boxes bad. He needs to stay up there in the front, and now he's in the back when his team is down 60. And
I
he
do
is a golden. This is not super great.
I do want to point out as well, that stock early may have been JX's downfall because Krusty did make wall clip and is now perma chaining in
Oh
10 as well.
yeah,
So that is an
good
important thing
point.
to point out. And with AI in top 2, This could absolutely be current here if Krusty just has
The
the shock and is
blue.
holding in. There's the blue, no blue to
Okay.
cancel. Rosen is the only one up there. Nana's up there, not going to
It's just a
connect that blue
sniped,
to
yeah.
train. Oh,
Hits
and Rosen
himself, I
actually,
think. Oh, does he
not,
back him?
not exactly sure. Either way, the important part is that Frozen does get hit out here. Fox in
And
a
he's
Mega
still,
right
yeah,
beside him.
they are still in good spots. The shot coming. Oh, this is absolutely,
This
yep,
is
the triple
over.
greens. Yep, yep, yep.
He
Wow.
absolutely, yeah, he hits out Jeff here.
So
Not even
I
needed. That's
don't,
going to
no,
be
yeah, he
just
doesn't end up hitting out Jeff. Unless we see some crazy blue, some crazy -20. I'm looking at the pack right now. Yeah, it looks like AI are going to be able to take a knee this
And there's
last
a
race.
back onto, was that a back onto Rosen actually? I do believe it was. Unfortunately so, but that is still top two for AI, and that is GG's, ladies and gentlemen. AI getting their run back off JX on that match too, and congratulations Henry for getting every single prediction right for this evening. But in all seriousness, yeah, AI is going to break that 60-point threshold, guaranteeing a complete lack of comeback potential for JX. Even with a -20, I think AI still have enough of a cushion to guarantee a win if we don't see a second pen from Krusty, which I certainly hope not at this point. Top 2, 4,
Yeah.
7. This is GG's.
Well, first, I want to say thank you so much for congratulating me on my predictions. And I do want to say, though, that as somebody who has had the privilege of playing AI several times this past month and playing JX several times as well, um, these two teams are two teams that are very, very good in their own ways. And I think that these matches, even though we're kind of seeing them breaking away a little bit at this point, with Fox with 103 points, Rosen with 93, Zach with 92, all in the top three. They provide very entertaining races. And I think that there were a couple of moments where JX had some high impact mistakes, honestly, and misplays. Um, AI maybe got some very good items to hit them with, like TCs or triple reds or stuff like that to slow them down. And it was what ended up giving them the victory during this match. But yeah, no, very well played by AI, and this match 3 is just gonna be freaking crazy, guys. That's all I can say.
Should be absolutely, as we go on to Maple Tree Way for AI's victory lap there, up 75 points going into this. Just going to be a little bit of tomfoolery to finish it off. But yeah, I absolutely agree there. And I think, honestly, the biggest catalyst for that change between match 1 and 2 between AI was just Fox. It seems that Fox has just gained so much confidence between match 1 and 2, just being in the front more often, making more aggressive plays. And it paying dividends on the scoreboard here, just having those opportunities to show why he's considered one of the greatest players in, well, okay, not bad timing for the compliments, it looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely showing why he's considered one of the most consistently strong players in the world
Oh
at
no,
this.
even though he got hit, you can say he's one of the greatest players for sure.
It's just unfortunate timing there, but yeah, nice
Yeah,
little top
yeah,
tier
yeah.
there.
No, I mean, yeah, these guys are so incredibly talented, and I have the privilege to know some of the players on JX and on AI personally, and just the work ethic that these guys have, developing strategies and just like being in the lab sort of all day, in Mario Kart SP all day, for matches like these. They put on a brilliant show for us, and I'm just so excited that we're getting to match 3 here, folks. Uh, we'll get it, scheduled like and stuff like that soon, but please, please, please tune in because we are having just as much fun as you.
Oh, absolutely. There was a little bit of debate in the rep chat here because apparently JX can play, but not AI, possibly due
Hmm.
to a lack of potential fifth member. Not exactly sure if it will get resolved. I assume not. Um, but Frozen just going for a little bit tomfoolery and failing the glitch, unfortunately. Possibly just gonna once again just both these teams having a little bit of fun there to finish it off on the Maple Treeway
Good.
here.
This is good, wholesome fun. I
This
love
is
this.
this is good
Between
content.
Scamp and no, 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 switch back to it. No, I don't really care about the race. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, this is all right.
A glitch as old as time that neither player is able
Yeah.
to perform at the moment there.
Yeah,
Hopefully
no.
they'll.
Man, I remember going for this so many times when I was a little kid on Worldwides whenever I'd give up. I feel for Frozen right now, man. I understand him. All right, you can turn Fox back on now.
You've had your fun. You've had your fun. You can just turn
Good
on.
games, guys. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Okay. There's going to be a nice little 100-point lead for AI to finish it off. Not that it really matters all too much at this point, but yeah, congratulations to AI for making
Oh yeah.
that. For making that, I want to say making that
Oh,
comeback. No, not really. It was just a complete dominance from them, and we've
oh
made it.
wow. Well, you know what?
Nice
You
little
can
way to
take
cap it
away
off.
symbolic victories sometimes during matches like these. It's very important to keep a good mindset. So, yeah, enjoy the scenic autumn background as we close out this match. We will see you guys later this week for match 3 between these two absolutely incredible teams who put on just a magnificent show today. Thank you guys so much for joining me and Scoped Yoshi, and thank you to Masako for hosting this. And this has been Mario Kart Central. We'll see you guys later, folks. Peace out.